Hi there, Poke fans. I am your humble host, Fan, and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. Now today we meet these two old lady sisters. I think they are sisters, they look very much like sisters. And one tells us our hidden power and the other one I think gives us hidden power. Or I think they are just telling us about hidden power. Now up to this point I've never actually used hidden power, and I don't think I'm going to use it in this playthrough either. I will use it in the next playthrough. Try and predict in the comments below what the next playthrough is going to be, both in terms of what game I'm going to play and what I'm going to specialize in. So let's make our way to Steven. That's where we actually want to go. So going down these steps was a mistake. Going back into this house I think is also a mistake, but let's see what this old lady has to say. And I think she's also a sister to the other lady that we were talking to, those two ladies, because she looks very similar. Okay, so how these games work is there's a tile in front of each of the doors that if you walk onto it, it teleports you out of the door. So I might not even have wanted to step onto that teleportation tile or tiles, and it bumped me off. And once again I'm stuck over here because I forgot that that chameleon Pokemon is still there. I keep forgetting his name, so that's why I struggled to get hold of that name. So we are trying to find Steven to give us the Silph Scope or some sort of scope, so that we can actually identify Kecleon. Now this is going to be one of my shorter episodes, so hopefully we can get quite a bit done. And I'm specifically trying to avoid that girl in the umbrella because she has fairly powerful Pokemon, which I am not wanting to deal with right now at this moment. And is that a trainer or is that just a Pokemon that is hiding over there? Okay, so we found Steven, and we also found a nest ball. The nest ball we can pick up immediately. Steven, we still have to do a bit of walking. Okay, how far is my egg from hatching? Not even close to hatching. Also, while you're typing a response into the comment section below, also put your prediction as to what the egg will hatch into. And yes, I did edit the egg's content with PKX because I'm trying to specialize in a specific type, and if I had to go and catch this specific Pokemon it would have taken a lot of effort, and it might have happened quite late in the playthrough. Well, maybe not too late because there are still only 3 badges left to acquire, one of which I'll probably get by the end of this episode or the next of the next episode. Okay, so now I check through the scope that I was given, and I identified Kecleon, and he's so upset with me because he's hiding by camouflage that he just attacks me, so now I have to defend myself. Hopefully Corphish can do some damage. Having played now with both Corphish and Corvana, I think that I should have gone with Corvana instead, even though Corphish is and Crawdaunt is quite strong, a little bit stronger than Sharpedo. With the Mega Evolution, Sharpedo is much stronger, and I may as well have just edited in the Mega Evolutionary item for Sharpedo, and thereby having myself a Mega Sharpedo. But I didn't do that, and on the one hand I'm quite glad I didn't do that, even though Crawfish and Crawdaunt doesn't end up doing very much good to me. It does at least help me against the psychic types, which is his main purpose. Psychic and Ghost. Okay, so we defeated this Kecleon. It was quite a battle. And now we are having another conversation, and now we receive the Devon scope. I knew it was a scope. I just forgot that the self scope is in the first generation. We have to identify Marowak's ghost, whereas the Devon scope is here to identify Kecleon, where he is hiding right in front of you with camouflage, preventing you from progressing in your playthrough. Okay, so what is on this way? That dude I'm also not very interested in fighting just right now. Well, the one thing I do like of the new Scarlet and Violet games is that you are no longer ambushed by the trainers that you come across for a battle. You have to agree to the battle. Both parties have to agree to the battle. Well, seeing as they are NPCs, they are always programmed to want to battle, but you have to approach them for the battle. They won't just hijack you and just force you into a battle that you are often not ready for, and most of the time not interested in engaging with. Okay, so what did I just give Swampert? I missed that. Anyway, obviously I played the game, so I knew what I was doing when I was playing it. I suppose the people living in this town is quite strong, having to climb up and down steps all the time. Although a more realistic way of doing this is to have, like they do in the version of games before Scarlet and Violet, they have a bird taxi that takes you. Now the graphics isn't that great, the flying animation in these older games is much better. Come on, how many times do we have to bloody fight the bloody Kecleon? Okay, I was just stuck in the bloody corner. Crossnut. But they could have a bird taking you up to all of any of the platforms, or a flying Pokemon. Seeing as this is a flying themed game. Okay, let's see if we can solve the puzzle without too much difficulty. And I'm always mispressing my bloody buttons. My controls aren't exactly the same across all of the games. Now, did I put my experience here on? Birdkeeper Jared. Now, I've always had a very low opinion about Swallow, even when I played these games, because it only is a 2-level evolution, or a single evolution if you put it like that, and it didn't, to me, the Pidgeot line was much better. Later I found out that the Pharaoh line is flippin' awesome. And this Swallow falls in a similar category as the Pharaoh, even though Pharaoh I think is stronger than Swallow. but Swallow has the Guts ability, or often has the Guts ability. So if you impose a status condition on it, then it is deadly. Especially if you even go further and give it something like Endeavor or an attack that doubles with a status condition. Okay, so now we have to fight this Skarmory. Rock Slide should do it because of its flying typing, but its steel typing will give it some resistance like it does, so we do just slightly less than half. Ice Punch should also affect the fighting, the flying type, but the steel type again comes to his rescue, and we again do slightly less than half, so he's left on a sliver, this Skarmory. And I'm predicting a potion over here, and I was wrong, there was no potion over here. But my Swampert is perfectly capable of dealing with any of Winona's Pokemon over here. But this was Jared, not Winona. And Corphish is evolving into a Crawdont. It was quite a bugger trying to catch this Corphish. It took me most of a day, and then I had to reduce the frame rate in order to be able to reel in that rod, because the Corphish is such a bugger to try and catch. That little pond where I caught it is full of Corphish, but it hardly touches the fishing rod, then it lets go. So right at the second where it whips the fishing rod, you have to like immediately reel it in, and getting that timing correct is quite difficult. Now, did you see me walk up and down next to this lass over here, where I was trying to make her see me? I wanted her to walk up to me and engage me instead of me having to walk up to her and engage her. That is just a little thing I wanted to do over there. So I do have the experience share on. That's one way to get everybody on the same level. So that's how this is. I could have done it like that. I was damn stupid. That is the shortcut to get out of this gym, if you want to get out without having to redo all of the, or to re-walk this whole path on which the puzzle is situated. He is an avoidable trainer. I do not avoid him because I want all the experience I can get. But you just saw there how I manipulated the puzzle in order to avoid him. Now over here Ice Punch would have worked quite well, but Rock Slide works very well against flying types. Okay, he's going to send out Pelipper. I did bugger up a bit over there. I didn't actually need the lantern because there's other Pokemon I get that could have done the job equally as well. But I didn't know it at the time, and that's why I do these playthroughs. It gives you a bit of an understanding about the Pokemon you are using. That is the big appeal for me. Okay, Rock Slide. Come on, hit the rocks. Damn, Protect. if you don't have a poison causing attack, Protect is completely useless in my opinion. All it does is bloody waste your PP. Now I do teach my Pokemon Protect and Substitute in my Poison playthrough, but I hardly ever end up using them because the Pokemon I can come up against are so bloody strong that they destroy my Substitute with a single attack, which makes Substitute completely useless, except that it limits the amount of damage that I take. And I suppose that is a advantage, but it doesn't allow me to put up a Substitute and then do an attack that causes poison and hide behind the Substitute for at least 3 turns. That was the plan of it, and it didn't work out. But that is that. This is this game, that is that game. And I'm just trying to hype it up a bit so that I could maybe have some more viewers when it comes to that. So this Dodrio we are now doing a rock slide against. It should work quite well, and it does. Now if I can redo my fighting one at some stage, I'm just having to decide which game I'm going to use for it. Then maybe I can get myself a Pokemon that has Substitute, and maybe I can use a Focus Punch. I think it might work quite well under those circumstances, if I can make it work. Keeper Bran. Now this is quite a good gym over here. It's a flying gym, and it looks like it is, since it's a flying gym, looks like it is themed around birds specifically. Now when I do my flying type playthrough, I am specifically avoiding birds. Later on I'll do birds, but I just have to decide which Pokemon I'm going to use and which game I'm going to use to do it in. Okay, am I going to use Uproar? I think it's better than Nature Power. Lombre, you can learn Uproar. It's a decent attack, but it does lock you in for about 3 turns. Okay, I don't think we're going to defeat Winona in this specific playthrough. I think we're just going to come up to her and then we're going to stop over there. And in the next episode we will challenge Winona. Anyway, this is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you and goodbye.